I've got a war deck for you guys that cost $85 and got 22 wins in the weekend ranked. It was made by DarkDucky, and I'm really glad to show this to you guys because since the balance from the DO, I've had a lot of questions about, well, what can we play for war now, especially on a budget. So having a 22 Mythic win weekend ranked war deck is super awesome, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. He has actually an 81.8% win rate with it, which is really high, quite consistent too. But let's just go through it. So the highest cost card is the Soul Survivor 6 drop. You're only going to be really averaging around 10 or under turns in this with this deck. So it's super fast War Frenzy deck. But let's just go through it really quickly. We have one Vicious Rend, which you're going to a lot of times use to finish things off. Enduring Shield, Tavern Brawler, Warmonger Smith, pretty much the basics you're seeing in the Frenzy decks. Raid Reveler, Valka's Herald, Blade of Sticks, nothing surprise here, Thunder Caller. But where we kind of see a bit of a difference here is we have these Minosian Infiltrators and these Guild Enforcers here. So something that you're going to notice playing this deck is you're going to just be wanting to smack face as fast as possible because you have nothing really here to deal with the game if it starts to go on too late. So, for example, you really want the game to be done by the time you have 6 mana unlocked. At least you want to be in the finish line, have them like at least 10 health or under at that point. So, having something like a Guild Enforcer here is going to make a huge difference because when you drop this on the board, let's say you drop it on turn 5 or pip it out turn 4, that means you can actually just, rather than focusing on board control, you can just smack face. And then your Guild Enforcer is going to soak up the damage so that they can't kill your whatever you have on the board here, and you can just continually hit face, get chunked down a little bit of damage here and there. And then basically what your goal is to get something like another round off early, get that damage off to face. And a lot of times the game is going to end with you having literally nothing on the board because you've given up all sense of board control. There's only 2 matchups really where you care about board control, Light and against a mirror match with like this exact same deck. But for the most part, you're just going to be smacking face almost the entire time. The only sense of board control that you would have is with the blitz creatures. So if you do need to control the board, you're going to be using your Viking Longship, Orcish Elite, and Tavern Brawler because they have the blitz on them. You really want everything else to be smacking face as much as possible. All right, so let's jump into some games here. I just want to point one thing out. The creator has 81.8%, but overall is 61.1%. So you really need to actually make sure you're practicing these decks if you want to see the full potential of them. There's so many things to learn, like what to mulligan versus what deck you're versing. When to go face, when you absolutely need to clear a creature instead of just going face. So literally get hundreds of games on these things. I mean, he has 55, but he has variants of this deck that have probably hundreds of games worth. So keep in mind, you really need to practice with these before you start to see the results that these guys do that get 22 wins in the weekend ranked. Okay, up against Deception here. So for the mulligan stage, I'm just going to look for... we don't need the Minosian here because a lot of their stuff is untargetable anyways. It's not bad to have a relic, and the actually the Vanguard Axewoman is decent, but I'm actually gonna go look for OD and Raid Reveler is actually really good. The thing is, like, the Deception has a harder time dealing with popping the protected than someone like a mage, for example. Because if they do pop it with their god power, then you're going to be hidden until the next turn anyways. Okay, so not ideal. Oof, that's a big hog. Brutal. Okay, let's just get the OD down. I mean, the OD will take out the hog if it hits it. So, but he could just be trying to hit face here and rushing with the Deception. Deception's coming back into play. Deception's coming back into play. At least the Sleep Deception was doing really well last weekend. Okay, so don't want to throw the another round because it'll just get smacked by the hog. So I'm thinking, actually, we can hit this. We can actually take out the hog here. Do we want to, though? Probably not. Let's get a Raid Reveler. So, things you got to worry about. They have the Umber Arrow. So, you got to be careful playing your Axewoman. Might even just let it sit in the hand to not allow them to play the Umber Arrow, which basically allows them to steal one of your creatures for one turn and then do a smack on it. Okay, now we can another round, I think. We can also Orcish Elite. Actually, don't mind the Orcish Elite at all here. Another round. Yeah, because that'll actually, if we do it Orcish Elite, this is actually perfect. Because we can double hit. And we even get to make our Axewoman worth 0. And we don't play it. For the reason I said, you don't play it because they can Umber Arrow. So if this was like any other matchup, then yeah, maybe the Axewoman would have been worth playing there. But I also don't mind just saving a 0 cost drop in case we need to Soul Survivor it. Nice. Okay, so what I say we... Actually, I'm going to another round this. Just want to finish it off here. And weirdly enough, I'm actually going to pip out a God Power just because we're like getting so close to being low here. Alright, we got a big Axewoman. That's a potential 6 damage AoE. Yeah, with that buffed axe and the Soul Survivor. We are getting low too, though. So we have a Vicious Rend God Power that does 5. I'm thinking we could also go for try to get some overkill. Can also clear the board with the Soul Survivor Axewoman combo. I actually, is that too slow? No, I like it. So why I like that is because it clears our board and then it allows us to go more aggressive. If he has less health on the board, then the Archangel Bruiser can actually get more damage off to face. But his board was just too big and we were too low to just leave that sitting there. Okay, so now it's looking good. Let's grab the Athenian, I think. Oof, I also don't mind getting the Archangel off. I mean, for sure we're God Powering here, that's just for sure. If we Archangel that... No, this is actually way too good. Because now we got another 3 damage off there. We can Vicious Rend here. And then next turn, it's a God Power for the win. You really want to be as fast as possible. The average turns for this is like under 10. Okay, so this is going to be a nature matchup here. So Enduring Shield turn 1 allows us for some good trades, but we don't need 2 relics. I also don't mind having a Viking Longship with the Enduring Shield. But I'm actually going to keep the Archangel Bruiser instead. Blitz. So we're going turn 1, which means we can turn 1 Enduring, turn 2 Tavern Brawler. This is actually good because you'll see the combo here in a second. But basically, when you can turn... Oh, we even got a Warmonger Smith. Nice. So when you can turn 1 Enduring and then have a Tavern Brawler after it, now if you drop something like the Jaguar, then we're going to be able to kill the entire Jaguar that turn. Okay, well, Marshwalker. Still fine. But instead of dropping a Tavern Brawler, though, we're just going to drop the Warmonger Smith. And go face here. Just try to be fast. The thing is, every little damage counts when you're trying to win in under 10 turns. The thing is, like, you can be completely wiped off the board, have 0 board control, and then like but if you get them like under 10 health, then you can just like pick away at them with your Slayer. That's going to be a big Marshwalker. Okay, so actually, we do need to take care of this Marshwalker here because, I mean, he has the Moon Charm, so he's going to put that on something anyways. So we have a couple options. One, actually, you know what? I'm just going to go face. I'm just going to ignore that Moonwalker, that Moonlight Charm, drop a Thundercaller, and then we can just hit face twice here because now both of our dudes are protected. The Marshwalker is not going to be big enough anyways to, with the Moonlight Charm, to take out our Thundercaller, so we should be safe here. The only thing is he could get lucky with like a Selena's Mark and then a Canopy Barrage, but oof. Okay, now he's going to Canopy. So we just hope that the Canopy hits the Warmonger Smith, and then we should be good. Let's go. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Bag of Tricks. Stuck on screen. Of course, we hit face first and clear with the Archangel. So, I mean, we're really susceptible here to a Lightning Strike. But the thing is, we have 2 of these Blades of Styx. And those aren't to be underestimated because even if they all just go face, you can technically be doing 5 damage to face every turn as long as they don't have a front line with your Slayer and your Blade of Styx. So, like, you don't need to use these to control the board in all cases. Really just getting that off on face is going to get you what you need in most cases. Okay, so he didn't have a Lightning Strike. Now it's game here. Don't worry about the Moose. Just forget about it. We're just going to be smacking face. It's an 8/8 Moose anyways. There's nothing we can do against it. We just hope that it misses our guy next turn and that actually goes face. Okay, so what we're going to do is... I mean, first, of course, we're hitting face. Then I like dropping this Shield Maiden just because the Moose has something it has to hit. And then we got to think about AoE. What does he have in terms of potential AoE? And also maybe... So our option here now is getting the Blade of Styx out and just start smacking face. I think that's what we do. Like, you can also think about, like, dropping the Tavern Brawler there because it is nature and you want to, like... You can have extra things on the board so that maybe their Lightning Strike misses or their Canopy Barrage misses or whatever. Because, for example, here they can hit this with the Moose, and if they have a Lightning Strike, then they can take out our Thundercaller. So having the Tavern Brawler there gives it like a 50-50 chance of it not hitting it. But yeah, in this case, it wouldn't matter anyways. So what we want to do is just basically get our relics out, which is why I got it out early. Because we do have the damage to finish off face purely from these 2 relics and Slayer. Now, as long as we can do that before the Moose kills us, then we're golden. Oof. Oof. It's not ideal. But that's all right. So that's 6. And then 2 turns of this gives it to be 10. Still 14. Not ideal. Oops. I think we lose here. That Moose is just too big. So the thing is, if that Moose wasn't so big, then we would have we'd be able to literally just ping. Oh my god, he had decent relic removal, actually, to be fair. He also had this Nefarious Briar, so yeah, this is just what happens sometimes. Can't win them all. The stupid small bag of tricks thing. I hate when it does this. Does this bug happen to anyone else? It happens to me all the time. Okay, so yeah, that's GG. We ran out of steam here. I guess it is. It is, what is it called? Nature, so you can kind of play on a bit. I don't know. You could miss with the moose. Maybe this stays on the board. Because if that could stay on the board and we could red fume serum it next turn, then we win. But yeah, he's not going to let that happen. He's not going to let anything stay on the board. Maybe a better option there would have been to double Tavern Brawler and then God Power. Could have worked. No, because he would have still been able to clear them both. So it was close. Just that tiny little bit. All right. Oh, actually, Raid Reveler. No, because he has not. These don't even have confused. So even the Raid Reveler won't do anything. So we'll just call that a game. But anyways, yeah, it was close. Could have gone either way there. Okay, in our final matchup, we're going to be going up against Light Little Danny. So this is the one matchup where you potentially do need to control the board. Basically, the matchups where you potentially control the board are one, your mirror matchups where you're versing the same deck, and two, the light in a lot of cases because otherwise they're just going to out trade you. So, and they usually don't have a late game anyways. So sometimes you do need to take control of the board here. So like something like the Orcish Elite, I won't want per se, but I won't get rid of it first. Okay, Enduring Shield, Warmonger Smith, great combo. So now we can start surfing this. Perfect. And we're going turn 2. So turn 1 Enduring. Turn 2 could be Odie's, but we'll see. We have the Warmonger Smith in case we need that 2 damage on the Enduring Shield. But ideally, I'd like to get Odie off turn 2. Odie's just a great 3 mana card. Super good. Even without the backline. Like, the backline was overkill for the Odie. Okay, of course he's going to have something turn 1. Possibly 2 things. Okay. So actually, this is really good. So we have a Warmonger Smith, Vanguard Axewoman, perfect combo with the Enduring Shield. Because basically that allows us to drop the Vanguard this turn and smack the Devoted Follower with the shield on. So, or actually even better, what we'll do is drop this guy, kill this guy with the with that, and bit of a misplay. I should have actually put the. No, actually, it wasn't possible for me to put the shield on the Axewoman because I had to play the Warmonger Smith to kill the other guy. So yeah. So I would have had to play the Warmonger Smith first, anyways. Oof. Light's Levy, such a good card. It's just nutty. That's all right. That's all right. And next turn we have Viking Longship combo with the Enduring Shield. Perfect. I feel like the Odie here, reducing the cost of the mana cost of a creature in hand. I feel like that's more important in like the more of the control matchups. Of course, it helps, but really, it's just extremely nice to have a 3/2 body on board with protected. Okay, so now we can Viking, of course, go for the face, and now see what I mean about going board control a bit against the light matchup. We both want to rush down, but there's only so much steam in our decks. Okay. It's looking like a good orchestra lead here. See, now this is the case of, do you take a bronze servant? Usually you want to steal that bronze servant so that they can't take out your relics. But one, we have no relics in hand. And two, I would like to just get the extra 2 damage off to face. Okay, wow. Still looking good for us. Still looking real good. I think we're going to just drop another Orchestra Elite here. The other option was to potentially have the Tavern Brawler take it out, but I want to get the Rune of Strength on an Orchestra Elite. Because obviously he has Twin Strike, so... Alright, we're going to get one of these guys back. So this Orchestra Elite is going to have the Rune of Strength. Things are looking great. Perfect. So we're going to get our other Orchestra Elite back here for this turn. Then I think we go face. We want to hit face as much as possible, so I'm not going to kill this with both of that. And then I can Blade of Sticks this, actually. So then I can go this, face once more. And we are so close. I'm going to grab this just for the 2 damage. Wait, did I miscount that? Oh, I miscounted something. That's all right. We'll just bring out our Tavern Brawler. Oh, and my light died. I guess my blue light is going to have to become my main light. There we go. Just in time for it to end anyways. Okay, so... Alright, and that is it for this video. If you want to see my last budget weekend ranked video, you can check out the budget Aether deck here, which is an awesome mage deck to try. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.